So in this part of the problem, I'm going to do the I do part. Ms. Hoffman is solving the equation below. Where does her first mistake appear? Her first mistake appears here in step 2. Forgot to combine one and -6. Okay? So that's the first mistake that the person made. They forgot to do 1 minus the 6. You should have gotten -5 instead here. Okay? So a plumber charges a fee of $50 to make a house call. He also charges $25 an hour for labor. How many hours did he work if he charged you $175? Okay, that's the problem. So the first thing we need to write down is the fee. So the fee is $50. The rate is $25 times how many X hours he's going to charge you. The total that he charged you was $175. So the equation would read 50 plus 25X equals to 175. Then I have to subtract 50 from both sides to combine the terms to get X, to start getting X by itself. So I end up with 25X is equal to 125. Then I divide by 25 to get how many hours the plumber has worked. So it turns out X will equal to 5. So this problem, number 8, is an inequality, okay? Because they give you something called at most. So that's the most she can spend, but she can spend less than that. So that's a fine. So if she can spend $9, $8, $7, that's fine. So she would probably rather spend less money and have something left over. So this situation is just like number 7, except with an equal sign, they have an inequality. So the flat rate first, is $1.75, and then after that, the additional is 0.65. And every mile she's going to travel after that, so it's going to be X miles times that rate, okay? Now, at most, she has total $10. So the equation to set up for this one, I'm going to go ahead and separate this real quick, would be 175 plus 0.65 X is less than or equal to 10. Okay? So she has at most that. So she can't go any higher than that. So this value for X that you're trying to find, the amount of miles that she can actually ride the cab, okay, cannot go over 10. So it has to be 10 or less than that. So now we're going to subtract 175 from both sides. and we're going to drop down 65x is less than 175 minus, take away from $10 is going to give me 825 left over. Okay? And then we're going to divide by 65 cents. So then x is going to be less than or equal to, and let's see what the calculator says. The most that x has to be less than or equal to 12.30 miles. So a little bit strange, right? Like not even numbers, but it's going to be a multiple choice test, so you'll see that some decimal forms will show up. So the most that she can travel in the cab is 12.30 miles. Okay, in this problem, we're going to solve for y here. Okay, this is a very abstract equation, just meaning that there's no numbers, remember, from before. So if I want to solve for y, I must subtract cx from both sides. Okay? After I do that, I can't really do anything to combine these terms, so I'm left with minus dy equals to e minus cx. That's how I have to leave it. The next thing I have to do is divide each side by negative d. So then my answer is y equals to e minus cx, all that divided by negative d. Okay? Now, your answer selections could look like this. Y equal to a negative sign in the front of the division sign, and that still means the same thing. Okay? Then number 10 is like number 9, but now you actually have numbers. You actually have coefficients. So here, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. Then I get minus 3y equals to 8 minus 2x. And then I divide each side by negative 3. So that I'm left with y equals to a negative 8 minus 2x divided by 3. And that is my answer for that problem.